Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. Oh boy, what a match we just saw between Novak Djokovic versus Stefanos Tsitsipas. This match, everything showed that this was a straight set victory for Novak. He was in cruise control, was really firing in all the cylinders. He was really playing some absolute amazing tennis the first and second set. Won the first set 6-3, won the second set 6-2. He just really never took down his guard in those first two sets, and Stefanos he was not allowed to anticipate in the match whatsoever. He was on the court, but Djokovic was not inviting him to dinner. And Djokovic was a break up in the third as well, 5-4. And like you guys, you who saw the match, he was serving for that third set. Everything was pointing to a straight set victory. Djokovic was almost in the locker room when he was serving in that 10th game to win the match in that 5-4 game, and even had a match point actually. But he did lose game. I think that Djokovic in that last game, in that game that he was serving for the match, in somehow, I'm pretty certain that he didn't underestimate Stefanos Tsitsipas, but before the match started. But when he was serving for the final spot and to face Rafa Nadal on Sunday, in that game he was serving. He just lost focus, and you cannot lose focus on this level because he's not facing any easy dude. He's facing the world number 6, who has taken himself to a semi-final and who has played some really good tennis, who has not dropped one single set since the first round. Stefanos Tsitsipas, like we all know, he has not dropped one single set since that first round match. And Djokovic, he just took down his guard for 3-4 minutes, did some bad drop shots, did a bad in the match point he did a bad down the line backhand, and he missed it pretty much. It was not even close. And just 1 minute later, his serve is broken, 5-all. Then Stefanos, he holds his serve 6-5, and then he breaks Novak's serve again and wins the third set 7-5. And then we have a match. We have a match. Tennis, guys, is a very funny sport. You can have match points, set points, and lose. Just ask Roger Federer, unfortunately. Djokovic, he invited Stefanos Tsitsipas to dinner. In the first two sets, he didn't give him nothing. He didn't even give him a sandwich. But then in the third set, he said, Stefanos, you know what? You are too good of a player for me to take you out in straight sets. Let's come to the party. And Stefanos, he said, absolutely. Thank you for your invitation. I am there, guy. I am there, dude. So Stefanos, he took his opportunity. Then in the third set, when he won the third set, I mean, to be quite honest, Stefanos did play actually quite good tennis in the third set. He didn't play any bad tennis. He served 85% first serves in that third set. But Djokovic, he was so clutch the first couple of sets, both of the first set, the second, and the third. Because Stefanos, he was creating opportunities. To be quite honest, he was creating a lot of opportunities. It took Stefanos a very long time until he finally broke Djokovic's serve. Before he broke his serve in that 10th game in the third set, he had 7, 8, or 9, or 10 breakpoint opportunities. But Djokovic, like always, clutch that he is, he always came up with the goods. He always played clutch tennis in big moments and was saving all those breakpoints. But finally, after creating 8, 9, or 10 breakpoint opportunities, Stefanos finally he broke Djokovic's serve for the first time in that third set, and eventually won that third set 7-5. And so Stefanos was serving really great that third set. Like I said, he made 85% first serves in. He didn't do that many first serves in the entire match in a particular set. So he actually only served 5 times double second serves in that third set. Only 5 times he used his second serve, because he was not missing any first serves in the third set. Was not missing anything. And those 5 times that he used his second serve in the third set, he actually won all of those points. So he won 100% behind his second serve the third set. Anyway, then the fourth set started. They were holding serve, both of them. Eventually, when the fourth set, when it was 4-all, Stefanos. Fourth set, Djokovic had so many breakpoint opportunities. Man, my God, he had so many breakpoint opportunities. In the fourth set, Djokovic was not clutch whatsoever. I used to call him the clutch beast, but he was definitely not any clutch beast in that fourth set. He had over, I don't know, man, I forgot who counts anymore in that fourth set, 8 or 9 or 10, over 10 for sure, over 10 breakpoint opportunities Djokovic had in the fourth set, but he just couldn't break. He couldn't break. The only time he braked in that fourth set was when Stefanos he took the lead in that fourth set 2-love. Yes, he braked first, Stefanos, in that fourth set. He took a 2-love lead, and then Djokovic he came back, he braked back. Even the match to 2-all. And after that, it was not any breaks. Stefanos he struck first in the fourth set, broke Novak's serve, then and was up 2-love in that fourth set. Then Djokovic he braked immediately back and leveled the match to 2-2. And then it was not any breaks. But Djokovic more or less had breakpoint opportunities after that 2-all game, after that fourth, after he break back Stefanos' serve, when Stefanos braked first, he had breakpoint opportunities the entire set, Djokovic, but he couldn't break. He just couldn't break more in that fourth set. Stefanos was coming with big serves. Stefanos will sometimes doing aces and escaping those breakpoint opportunities, and saved himself from jail. And in many occasions, Djokovic was too passive. Djokovic, I have to say something. Djokovic, and this is the truth, Djokovic doesn't take risks. At least not often. Sometimes he can take a risk, but when the match is even, when it is close, he really doesn't like to take risks. He just wants that his opponent to do all the work for him. And when I say all the work, he waits for his opponent to out-hit himself out. He was waiting for Stefanos to do unforced errors. And when he had those multiple double-digit breakpoint opportunities in that fourth set, he had over 10 breakpoint opportunities in the fourth set. He really had. He only converted once in that fourth set. Once. Like I said, early in that fourth set when he braked back. After that, he never braked Stefanos' serve in that fourth set. Even though he had plenty of opportunity, he just couldn't break. Sometimes Stefanos, he came up with the goods. Absolutely. All credit to him. But many times Djokovic was just too passive. Too way back behind the baseline and defending and waiting for Stefanos to miss. Stefanos didn't miss. Stefanos really fought after Stefanos Tsitsipas. He really found his down the line backhand in that fourth set. He was doing a lot of winners with that down the line backhand. He was not doing any errors with that shot, which Djokovic of course expected, because we all know that Stefanos' backhand is much weaker than his forehand. And Djokovic, he was just pushing the back. He was just pushing the ball back into the court and just was waiting for Stefanos to miss. I was not impressed with Djokovic's fourth set, to say the least. Djokovic was superior for two sets and a half. For 2 sets and a half, he was really superior, returning amazing, serving amazing, doing a lot of winners, having very few unforced errors, playing close to the baseline. But after he couldn't serve out the match in the third set, in that 5-4 game, Djokovic, he just went on to the passive mode tactic. He really was passive in the fourth set. He was really passive in the fourth set. And that's why he couldn't convert those break point opportunities. He had over 10 break points in that fourth set. Only converted 1. So what happens? They hold, after early breaks early in the fourth match, they hold, they serve. Djokovic is holding much comfortable. Stefanos struggling all the time. In the end, what happens when it is 4-all? Djokovic has a lot of break point opportunities in that 4-all game in the fourth set. But of course, he couldn't convert, so Stefanos, he holds to 5-4 and then breaks Novak's serve when Novak tries to do a drop shot into the net and loses the fourth set 6-4. So now the match is even, 2-all. You don't know who will win. And I was thinking to myself, will Djokovic do a Federer? Will he lose after having 1 match point? Because that is not what Djokovic usually does. He doesn't lose matches after having match points. It has only happened in his career actually 3 times. Federer, it has happened unfortunately 22 times. So Djokovic is not any Federer. He usually doesn't lose tennis matches after having match points. What I was starting to think to myself, is this the match where he will lose his 4th match after having match point? But what happens in the 5th set? Djokovic, I don't know, man. He takes his foot on the pedal and he just never looks back anymore. He just crushes Stefanos 6-1 in that 5th set and gives him a breadstick and kind of says to him, you know, man, you should have been in locker room 2 hours ago, but it was my own fault that I invited you to this dinner, but now your dinner is over, and he just ran away with the result 6-1 and gave Stefanos a breadstick. I don't know, Stefanos, he kind of felt exhausted in the 5th set. Maybe his legs was, I don't know, man. He didn't look he didn't look that he was breathing heavily, Stefanos. He didn't look tired on his face, but probably was tired on his legs. And he maybe had also some kind of pain because he had a medical timeout during the match in one occasion. So anyway, Djokovic, he comes through after being 2-love up, down, and then Stefanos came back and leveled the match 2-all, and then Djokovic wins the 5th set 6-1, which I am not surprised at all. You know that Djokovic has played, I think, 41 5-set matches, 41, with this match tonight, and he has won actually 31 of them, 31. So Djokovic has lost only 10 5th-set battles during his career and won 31 out of 41 that he has played. So that is bloody impressive. You don't want to be with Djokovic in a deciding set, that's for sure. Like I said in my preview, guys, a couple of days ago, I knew that Djokovic will not do a super clean match. He will not play a match without visiting Hawaii for a period, because Djokovic, he cannot play tennis without taking the plane and go to vacation for 1 set or 2. He just cannot, especially not deep in the deeper rounds in the tournament. He just cannot. He can do that in the beginning of the tournament when he faces challengers and qualifies, but when he faces really stiff competition like he did with Stefanos, who has done a great round in French Open so far, and he should be proud of himself. I just knew that Djokovic will not. When I was seeing Djokovic during this match, I was saying to myself, man, fuck, has Djokovic become the new Nadal? To play a tennis match, a big tennis match, a quarterfinal, a semi-final, without taking a Hawaii vacation? I was impressed by his result. I thought, man, he will really give Nadal a hell of a match. He will defeat him on Sunday. But then, of course, Djokovic, he couldn't do a clean match from the first point to the last point. He just couldn't. He missed Hawaii too much. So he took a trip to Hawaii in the end of that third set. But he came home. He came home in the fifth set and finished Tsitsipas off. All in all, Djokovic does a solid match because Stefanos, he was playing some good tennis, to be quite honest. Stefanos is not an easy dude to take out. He isn't. He's a very talented tennis player, and he's a future Grand Slam winner for sure. This was his second ever semi-final in a major. The first one last year in Australian Open as Nadal, he got destroyed. Now in this one, he was only one set away of playing a Grand Slam final. So Stefanos, he was taking to Djokovic, but Djokovic, he was very passive. Which I'm not surprised. That is, Djokovic is passive when it comes to when the matches gets close. He just doesn't take risks, really. And if you hit the ball, I remember the French Open final 2015 when he won the first set in a stand. He played some great tennis the first set, played close to the baseline, taking the ball early, doing a lot of winners, not doing unforced errors. He won the first set, took the guard down, and just waited for Stan to do all the mistakes, which Stan didn't do. Stan was on fire that match and defeated Novak in 4 sets. And this is what happens to Djokovic. He just doesn't take risk. He really doesn't take risk, at least not often. But he came away in this match. He almost paid the price, really. He almost did it, but he came away. He somehow wear Stefanos Tsitsipas down physically, because Stefanos probably was physically exhausted in that fifth set. He has played a lot of matches in the last couple of weeks. He played in final, made final there, and has played here in French Open a lot of matches as well. Even though he has won 4 matches in straight sets, Stefanos, but he played the first match in 5 sets against Munar. All in all, solid performance from Djokovic. Solid, not great in my opinion. 67% first serve in Djokovic does. Stefanos does 67 as well. Djokovic, he wins 73% behind those first serves. Stefanos wins 59. But the difference was here that Djokovic was winning 47% behind his second serve, and Stefanos was better there. He was winning 49. He was not much better, but 49 is 49. But the big difference here was Djokovic was not clutch like we are used to. Djokovic had 22 breakpoint opportunities, and he converted only 8 times. That is not what Djokovic usually does. At least that is 38%. That 38%. Djokovic usually doesn't. He usually is over 40% when it comes to converting breakpoints. Stefanos was not much better himself. He had 15 breakpoint opportunities, but he converted only 4 times. And those times that he didn't convert all the breakpoints, Stefanos was the first, second, and the middle of the third set, because he created a lot of breakpoint opportunities for 2 sets and a half. Stefanos, but he couldn't convert. Finally, when he braked in that game where Djokovic was serving for the match, Djokovic did 50 winners. 56 winners and 50 unforced errors. That is a solid number. Still too many unforced errors, but it was a long match, almost 4 hours. And Stefanos did 52 winners and 56 unforced errors. So Stefanos does 4 more unforced errors than winners. Djokovic does 6 more winners than unforced errors. All in all, the better player won, but I was not deadly impressed from Novak Djokovic, to say the least. Especially not with his roller coaster level. He played superb tennis for two sets and a half, but after that he went to Hawaii. So if Djokovic needs to avoid these Hawaii trips if he wants to defeat Nadal. With this kind of Hawaii trips, he will never defeat Nadal. I can guarantee you that, guys. Anyway, Djokovic is through to his 27th major final and to his 5th French Open final, and will face there who else? The clay court Terminator Rafael Nadal, who earlier today defeated Diego Schwartzman in straight sets without being in any big trouble. Now Nadal, like Nadal always is, he will not take any vacation trips. Besides, he took just not a vacation trip, but he took a coffee break for 10 minutes. When he was up in the lead in that third set 4-2, and he invited Diego to drink coffee with him, but that was just on only 5-10 minutes coffee break. It was not like Nadal took a plane to Hawaii like Djokovic did, for sure. So that was the only bad moment that Nadal had in the match, really, in that third set, when he had that dip and and invited Diego to the match. But and Diego, he took that chance and took Nadal to that tie break 6-all, and then Nadal said, "All right, Diego, enough coffee for you. I'm finishing you off now," and won that tie break 7-love. After winning the first and second set 6-3, 6-3, Diego took himself to that tiebreak with the help of Nadal. Like I said, Nadal invited him to that coffee, and then he finished Diego off in that tiebreak 7-love. So Diego did an okay match, but Diego just started the match really bad tactically, in my opinion. Diego Schwartzman, for God's sakes. You cannot expect to play a tennis match with Rafael Nadal and just putting the ball into the court and hoping and expecting that the super Spaniard will miss. That was what Diego Schwartzman tried the first and second set. He thought that if I just put enough ball into the court, not in corners, just put the ball in the middle of the court, and Nadal will do all the work. Diego Schwartzman, for God's sakes, if you have not watched my videos, please, Diego Schwartzman, I know that you will not watch this video, but if you somehow find any of my videos on YouTube, you will find out that Nadal is not any Santa Claus. He will not give points for free. It is not enough, Diego, to put just the ball into the court with topspin like this and not take any time away from Rafael Nadal, and believing and expecting that the super machine, the super clay court Terminator, Nadal, will put the ball outside the court and will give you a lot of unforced errors. Nadal is not any Dominic Thiem who gave you 81 unforced errors. Forget that, Diego Schwartzman. Bad tactical match from Diego Schwartzman. He needs to play more flat. He needs to play more to the corners. He needs to play more into Nadal's backhand. Play to Nadal's backhand. Just penetrate Nadal's backhand. Penetrate Nadal's backhand. Attack Nadal's backhand until Nadal finally gives you an opportunity and gives you a short ball, and then you rip the ball to Nadal's forehand side and win the point. And Diego did that fabulously in the third set. He did that really great. But in the first and the second set, Diego Schwartzman did a horrible tactical match. He thought that, all right, I'm just gonna let Nadal do all the work. Nadal is not Dominic Thiem. Nadal is not Roger Federer. Nadal is not Denis Shapovalov. He will not hit himself out. Forget that, Diego Schwartzman. And that was what Diego Schwartzman did horribly. Diego Schwartzman did not do a horrible match. Diego did a horrible tactical match up from the head. And this is not only his fault. This is a team effort. He has a coach. Probably his coach has said to him, just put the ball into the court. It is not enough. It is not. It was like Djokovic did with Stefanos Tsitsipas. He just put the ball into the court. The third and the fourth set. Especially towards the end of the third set and in the entire fourth set. Especially the fourth set. Djokovic, he played so passively, and Diego Schwartzman played so passively the first and the second set. And when Diego waked up after Nadal invited him to coffee break, it was already too late. It was too late. How do you beat Rafa Nadal on clay? How do you do it? Yes, serving bombs. Diego has not any serve. Playing flat shots, taking him to the corners, attacking his backhand. His backhand is not as good as his forehand. We all know that. Not that his backhand is bad. Absolutely not. Nadal's backhand is very underrated shot. But still, it is not as good as his forehand. Attacking his backhand as much as possible. Just hit that corner until Nadal gets a short ball. You will have a short ball. Eventually, you will have a short ball. You just will have it. And when you get that short ball, you just rip the ball into Nadal's forehand side and win the point. And Diego did that very good in the third set, but it was too late. It was too. You will never come back against Nadal after you have lost the first two sets. To lose the first two sets against Nadal in French Open is like planning your own funeral. It's like doing suicide. It's like doing suicide to give Rafa Nadal a 2-0 lead in a French Open match. You will never come back. You will never come back. Just forget it. So tactically, a very bad match from Diego Schwartzman. He just, like I said, you cannot be a goalkeeper against Rafa Nadal. You cannot let Rafa Nadal dictate you. You cannot let Rafa Nadal kiss that baseline like Rafa did the first and second set because Diego was letting him to kiss that baseline. Rafa was kissing that baseline and was just ripping the ball both with forehand and backhand and making Diego Schwartzman run like a rabbit. Diego was running. Because why? Because Diego was letting Rafa to dictate the points, and Diego paid the price. 6-3, 6-3. He lost the first and second set. Not a great match from Diego, to be quite honest. Tactically, all in all. Diego, he landed 60% first serve in. That is a solid number. Rafa landed 69, so Rafa landed much better first serve in than he did in Rome. In Rome, he did only 43% first serve in. Diego was winning 62% behind his first serve. Nadal was winning 68%. Behind the difference was winning points behind the second serve. Diego was winning only 38%, which is not any coincidence because Diego Schwartzman has a horrible serve, both first and second serve. Nadal was winning 53% behind the second serve. The big difference was here also, Nadal is a big match player. Nadal, he saved many break points. Nadal saved 9 out of 12 break points, and Diego saved only 3 out of 9. So Diego was not clutch in big moments. And Nadal was clutch also in converting break points. Nadal, he converted 6 out of 9 breakpoint opportunities, and Diego converted only 3 out of 12. To defeat beasts like Nadal, you have to take your opportunities. If you don't, you are toast. Simple as that. Diego, he did, what did I say in my preview a couple of days ago? Diego will do between 50 to 60 unforced errors. Diego did 48. So he almost did 50 unforced errors. Diego Schwartzman did 48 unforced errors and did only 24 winners. Nadal did 38 winners and only 34 unforced errors. Very good numbers from Nadal, in my opinion. So he doesn't do a lot of unforced errors, and he does pretty much a bunch of winners. 38 winners is pretty good on clay, in my opinion. So all in all, Diego Schwartzman, I was not impressed from Diego Schwartzman, especially not the first and second set, especially not tactically. You cannot let Nadal to dictate the points, because if you do that, it is like you're doing suicide. You cannot be passive against Rafa Nadal, because if you do that, it is like shooting your own self in the foot, period. Alright guys, this was a long video. Now we will get the Clash of the Titans final on Sunday. A preview of that final will come in another video, not in this one, because if I do that in this one, it will be a brutal long video. It is already brutal. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.